They keep telling me to add you. So let's add Scotland.
Biggie.
Hello, Scotland.
Stop. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Getting my nails done.
I can see that. Why are you going?
Yeah, I can do them long. I can do them long now that I'm away from you and your angry crew.
Oh my God. I'm on live. Why would you do that?
What you mean? Why would I do that? Nah, because let's clock it. I'm trying to figure out. Because now I can do my things completely free of how I feel. You feel me? My thing is, Scotland thinks everything's a fucking joke. Ain't nothing a fucking joke. 1 minute you love me, Scotland, and the next minute, mind you, the minute she gets in front of Rolly, can't talk to Biggie. Can't talk to Biggie. The minute she gets in front of Rolly, like, bitch, stop fucking following. Stop clout chasing with that bitch. Because it ain't gonna get you far. And honestly, Scotland fucking loves me. And that's the weird thing about it. Me and Scotland is actually really cool. Low key. Last season, we was really, really cool. And this season, she decided to start acting weird, stop calling me, and then when I walked into the house, she didn't even care to say hi to me, and then she wonders why I'm upset at her. And then mad other shit happened behind the scenes. Watch, you guys are gonna see. Wait till you guys see the next couple episodes. Watch this. Watch till you guys see the shit that all of them do. Honestly. Wait till you guys see. Because that, I am gonna clock it every single time. Every single fucking time. I'm gonna fucking clock it. And where the fuck did Scotland go? Talking about I'm on live. Why would you put me on live? You know you was on live, Scotland. Stop motherfucking playing with me.
Bitch. That's all right.
It's okay, we be home.
Because people be having the spirit of a change. It's giving you think you know somebody. What? James, I think I need a drink. You got a drink for me, friend? Hello?
Assassins, what's happening? I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. I go by the name of Murder She Wrote. Murder She Wrote. But I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. We're back here with another reality re-up, and this week around we're doing something different. Shout out to Telfeezy. You see me, big things are going. You see me. So anywho, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. I got the Harriet the Non-Spy notebook, and I gotta talk fast because I'm using the second phone as if I'm a jerk. You know the vibes, yo. But anywho, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. I wanna get into some hot topics of the week. First and foremost, we have to discuss Tamar versus Krishan, right? Or pardon self, Krishan versus Tamar and her team, and Tony and Birdman and Whack 100, because it's all connected, allegedly. That's what TikTok is saying. Not I said the cat. Because y'all know I'm a Tamar Shan fan, and I stand. And due to the fact that y'all don't know what she went through, and she ain't got time for those shenanigans. And secondly, I want to speak on in regard to, as you all seen, I posted DJ Sky as well as Krishan telling their side, and James Wright has yet to show his face. I also posted Tamar telling her side as well. And Assassins, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. Now, I'm gonna just mind my business. See, this is how you know I'm a real published journalist, and I know my role and I stay in my lane due to the fact that it's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know. And with that being said, it just seemed as if like Tamar invited Krishan and she didn't know what she was getting herself into. Let's be very clear, because as you all seen from the prior clips that I posted on here too. Boo. Anywho, boo. I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. It just seemed as if like Tamar didn't know what she was getting herself into. And she might have had higher hopes for Krishan showing up because they're both from B-More. And she had Tony there. And due to the fact that Krishan was twerking and then the crowd got the, as you all could see, it's sad. Damn. Kevin Hart voice. But anywho, moving right along, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. We're going to continue to follow this story and see what transpires. You get what I'm saying? But I have hope and I have faith that things are going to go in the right manner. You know what I mean? Because Tamar, she come from the church, and Krishan, she be reading her Bible. She young, and at the same time, at the same token, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. She's going through a few things as well. Like Tamar lost her sissy, and with that being said, I lost mine too. And it's still fresh. Like, I don't give a frig if you lost a person last year or 2 years prior or 8 years prior or 10 years prior. It's up to you with that healing and that anointing, boo. And with that being said, I'm not saying like there's excuses, but at the same time, at the same token, we all know what Krishan brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what type of energy she brings. And Tamar, like, she's in a certain type of bracket. Like, she's at a certain type of age, whereas you can't invite everybody to the party. But moving right along, I just have hope for the two that they can, like, mend fences and get through this situation without court and without, like, black women on black women crime. Like, I just cannot. Like, anywho, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. Moving right along, I want to discuss Joseline's Cabaret. Lord of the hell, ho. Lord of the hell. Just hilarious. Congrats to you. I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. Coming from a fellow comedian, and I want to apologize to Just Hilarious, and I want to put this on the table because for a long time, when I lost my murder report page, I had a lot of built up animosity, and I had a lot of built up misconstrued anger after losing my sister, my dog, my grandma in the same year, right? And I lost my Instagram page. But that was due to me moving out here, moving in unfiled ways. And I had my murder report that I used to do on a weekly basis. And Jess had her Jess with the Mess. And we all started at the same time, at the same token. I just want to congratulate her and say, like, I used to always say, like, why she did this, that, and the third. And I used to say, I started the murder report first. We, like, great minds think alike. And with that being said, you hosted the Joseline's Cabaret reunion, and Just Hilarious, you from the East Coast, boo. And even if you weren't from my town, boo, East Coast, boo, I remember your story when you said that you were with your son in your apartment and something about candles, and you spoke to God, and God gave you that revolution and that deliverance. And with that being said, like, I wish you well, honestly, and I apologize truly, deeply, sincerely from the heart if you've ever heard anything about Murder, She Wrote stating like, Just Hilarious copied off of me with the Jess with the Mess with the murder report. In 2012, that's when we all were coming up. Like, I met Vina, not to bring her in it because she didn't have. All right, so anywho, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you, assassins. Now, speaking of Krishan and the whole situation that transpired with Tamar and allegedly James Wright. Now, you all check out this clip. This did not stop her bookings, meaning her homegirl Sexy Red gave her a call and boom. Look how she performed. She performed from the gut anime. She performed from here. She performed from there. You feel me? And she had the blue chain on. She was like, Mister, take your... I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. I'll be in the house like, Mister, take your... Sign your name up on her tips. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it's a vibe. I know. She's like the annoying little sister that I was. Okay? And with that being said, I wanted to speak on Baddies East that went on. I just paid my Zeus. And I caught up on the episodes. And I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. Assassins. Tasiki is the big sister I had. Rest in peace, sissy. I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you, right? Assassins. Tasiki gives the... I know for a fact, if I try to attack my sister, that's the way she used to throw her grabbers. Like, let me teach you something, shorty. Let me teach you something, shorty. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, my sister used to talk to me like that too. And that's why I stand for something and don't fall for anything. And I'm so grateful and thankful for my sister and my daddy. Because they taught me how to, like, square up. Like, I didn't win all of my battles. But through time, I knew how to shine. And with that being said, I take accountability in a lot of battles of mine. And I was wrong in the sense of putting my hands on a few people. And I hope that Krishan can see that she was wrong for getting Marsh, which is allegedly their cousin, and Janet to jump your sister. Like, you only got one sister. Like I said, you only got one sister. This is my sister on my neck. You right? I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. I don't wish that on y'all. And you went to Tamar's show. And you know what she went through with Tracy, her, and Tony. So with that being said, it's like God is trying to tell you something. Not saying like one of your sisters are going to pass or anything like that. I don't wish that on you. Because you don't know what that feel like. But baby girl, you got to learn life. And when I was in my 20s, I didn't think about that type of shit. And with that being said, I guess she's still learning herself. And she's going through a whole situation with Blue. And she was the whole sideline. And I'm gonna keep it all the way tall. At some point in times, like, we were sidelines at some point in times in our lives. Like, we gotta stand tall and take accountability. It's 2023. Like, you don't want to block your blessings. So with that being said, I'm not gonna flex. I'm not gonna hold you. It was times that... It was one time I was dealing with a person that had a girlfriend. But I was so scorned and I was so scarred and torn from what transpired. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I'm sorry to her. I'm sorry to that woman. I apologize. I swear for Lord, I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, that does not mean anything whatsoever. Just because you go through something does not mean that you could treat people like how you don't want to be treated. And it all follows you down the line. And with that being said, I'm so grateful I repented for mine. But with that being said, I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. It was during a time when I lost a lot of people. And my ex during the time, he was acting like a whole Sharonda son. Like a Sharonda son mean like a whole F-boy. But at the end of the day, we had some good times. And I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. I take accountability. And I was a Sharonda daughter. But at the same time, at the same token, I knew my worth. And I didn't know my worth then. And I was young. And I was hurt. And I was like, okay, this person cheated on me multiple times. But I still continue to love. And with that being said, it's like, you keep meeting the same person in different bodies if you don't heal. You get what I'm saying? And Krishan, I wish you healing. And with that being said, I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. Krishan, let go and let God when it comes to Blue. Okay? Beloved, boo-boo. But anywho, I'm going to move right along when it comes to the rest of the baddies. And I had to come back. So anywho, assassins, I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. Back to the Harriet the Non-Spy Notebook. Now, I wanted to jump into Tasiki and Krishan, and I just hope that they mend fences, and I love what Tasiki stands for, because due to the fact, like, Rolly, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. Rolly was one of my faves, and I'm not going to sit here and bash her and discuss her knock knees, because I had them too, until I lost my weight, boo. And with that being said, she's still trying, as you all can see, after the BBL, boo. And don't hate. And with that being said, it's just like Rolly's still learning herself. And it's like she's just so... She has her guard up so much from what I'm seeing. It's just seeming as if like Rolly is giving to other females what they gave to her. You get what I'm saying? And Rolly is exuding that energy that we try to suppress when we're being antagonized, bullied, and picked on, you all are tearing her up on the internet. You get what I'm saying? So she's gonna hit the people closest to her. And with that being said, assassins, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. Did T deserve that? Hi, my name's T. No. The way that she came back in, that's the girl she is, and I loved it. She stood on business. You hear me? And I'm not gonna hold you. Yo, the way that she stood on business and the way that she stood her ground with E.T. with her black forces, she knew it was probably gonna go down. And the fact that E.T. came like from Now That's TV, like they have no storylines and we know the vibes. Yes, indeed. And she seems as if like she just got the job offer Indeed and she just lied about her credentials. Like Natalie, Natalia, where did you get these people from? You ain't do a background check? You hear me? I'm not gonna flex. Now, anywho, I'm not knocking E.T. E.T. is just trying to have her moment. And I'm not saying she's hating on, hi, my name's T. Shout out to my fellow female comedian. But at the same time, it's like, damn, T. What other reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? You hear me? Now, you moving right along. I'm not gonna flex. I'm not gonna hold you. Fries, wait a minute. Rolly, let me talk to you real quick, beloved. You bit somebody? And then the fact says, Armana, Natalie, I gotta talk to you real quick. The way that Roja, she bit you, right? And you stood 10 toes. And you said, a bitch that bites, they ain't got no character and they ain't have no upbringing. For sure. Allegedly. She ain't say that. But she ain't say that verbatim. But what I'm saying is, it's like, damn. Like, you could have called, like, you could have sent Biggie to urgent care right away. Weren't you saying, like, she was leaking? Like, you know what that be like. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. Rolly, and the way that you were mocking her, like, and the way that Rolly kicked up her leg, she kicked that bitch up, like. And Mariah Lynn said it looked like a little person's like. I cannot with Mariah Lynn. Mija, bonita, aquí ahora. Like, the way that you jump fences, mija, I don't know if you jump in double dutch. I don't know if you jump in. Yo no sé, mija. It just seems as if, like, you confused. But at the same time, you looking pretty, boo. Bonita, que linda. And at the same time, I just think Mariah Lynn is a realist, and she's going to laugh at what she finds funny. Real rap. And she's being neutral. She's not jumping on sides because she's possibly been in friendships that have... Oh, we've seen it with Dream Doll and people on her other shows that she's been on, and that... Well, she cool with Cardi. But at the same time, at the same token, Assassins, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. Mariah Lynn, I take that back. Keep banging, boo. And when I met you in person, you were so kind. She was so happy and humble. But I'm not saying like she's not humble now, but at the same time, at the same token, we got to give her her flowers. She been doing this for a long motherfucking time now. And I want to move right along to somebody else that's been doing it for a long motherfucking time now. What else do I want to speak about? What else happened on Baddies East that we wanted to speak about? The way that E.T. slid around that pole, like she was on Joseline's Cabaret for a show. It just was sloppy with her black forces. It's like, E.T., we wanted so much more for you. Like, we were rooting for you. Like, I'm still rooting for her. And at the end of the day, like, she's just trying to find her place. That's what I believe. And Scotty with the body... You gave Rolly the fucking CarMax. Like, don't front. Like, y'all done been out and you was like, I done did that before. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I gotta stand all the way tall. I didn't use CarMax. I think, what did I use before? On my hands. Not on my elbows, but possibly on my hands. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it all the way tall. But anywho, moving right along, Assassins. I want to jump into the fact that Biggie stood her 10 toes and she stood on business. Biggie, you get a whole applause, full show. And then she capitalized off of the situation. And she went straight to YouTube where she could collect her coins. Shout out to my fellow YouTuber Biggie. Like, that was really smart of you, opposed to going to other people and interviewing. Like, you decided to put the coins straight to you, opposed to putting a second or third party. You didn't want to be the third party. That was smart. That was smart. I believe that was smart. And y'all be playing with Biggie like she ain't got it all the way up here. But Biggie, I'm not being biased. At the same time, at the same token, if you said what you said, then you gotta stand Diaz. I don't know how to say. Joe don't say toes. I don't know how to say toes, but you gotta stand 10 toes down if you said what you said. Nene Leak's voice. And moving right along to Basketball Wives. I wanted to speak on Basketball Wives, and shout out to Shawnee. The fact that, okay, you all see my commentary with Brooke versus what's her name? What's her name? Clayana. Clayana versus Brooke, right? And then Clayana versus Jackie and Vanessa. The fact that they stood their 10 and they were stating the fact that I'm a whole wife. You, like, the way that Clayana is giving it up is as if, like, she made it to the finish line. And beloved, we've all been in your shoes. And it's given, like, she might be manifesting. So I'm going to just mind my business. Like, but what I'm saying is it's coming off as if, like, you came in with a vendetta. And you came in with some type of anger. And it's like, girl, put in your 3 months at least so you could get a second season. Be smart about it. Linda, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. But anyhow, I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. I love the fact of how Brooke is standing as her own. Like, we know Brooke is going to do. And when Brooke get the head bob, and we already know how she going to give it up, boo. But with that being said, Assassins, I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. It's showing a lot of transparency as far as with Brittany. I didn't know Brittany Renner wasn't, like, she was that big of a person, meaning not as in her celebrity, but far as, like, her being a woman. Like, she actually said, like, she took accountability and she wanted to sit with Brooke after the fact of them going toe to toe and speaking and body shaming back and forth. And Brittany took accountability. And I love that for Brittany. And the fact that Brittany said that she wanted to speak to her fellow female and she didn't want to continue to bring her down or body shame because she speaks highly about bodies and everything of that nature. And she felt a certain type of way after giving birth. And I can understand that because I put on a little few pounds after, I don't know if you all seen the video on my Murder Report / Murder She Wrote page, or if you're viewing this page, this video off of Murder She Wrote page. Shout out to y'all, but make sure you all subscribe to Nene Eaton. As you all don't, if you all don't know, my name is Murder She Wrote, but y'all can call me Nene. Straight like that, for sure. But anywho, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. I wanted to discuss something real quick. Jackie Christie stood her ground. And the fact that she got all of those years with Doug, I don't give a frick what nobody says about Doug. They are married and she has her wedding pardon. She doesn't have it. They had their wedding together, whereas they are happy, they are full of joy, and they are blissful and living in a fruitful, healthy, happy, abundant, power couple, healthy, loving, romantic, where they can be themselves, non-judgmental. Excuse me. Hopefully, I hope this for Jackie, marriage. And speaking of marriage, shout out to Jennifer. No bricks. She is engaged to her new young thing. Shout out to Jennifer. You did that. No bricks. He liked it, so he put a ring on it. Congratulations. And I don't mock you in a bad sense, but when I say no bricks, it's because you made that song. And I give you all the kudos because it took, first of all, Virgos, we can do anything that we put our minds to. And at least you made a whole song and you could say that you did that. It's on your bucket list. And anywho, moving right along, congratulations to you and all of your new love and all of your blissfulness, as well as Jackie and Doug and Brooke and Brittany and their new friendship. But I like also Joseline Joseline, what's her name? I put it on here. But anywho, assassins, the one that's engaged to a woman, I like her as well. She was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she just gave it up in the sense of you stand for something or you fall for anything. And I love that about her. And the fact that nobody was allowing Cleon's negative energy to like interfere with what they had going on. But the fact that Vanessa tried to like deflect that she was in a hot seat too, it was just like, girl, like read the room, read the pool. Like, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. It's like deflecting at its best. And at the end of the day, sometimes like your spirit don't take the people. You cannot flex and you cannot front, whether or not that's a co-worker, friend, spouse, whomever. Like, I wish them all well. Basketball Wives LA. And the lady Vanessa with her bangs. The bangs. Oh, the bangs. Also, I wanted to discuss, shout out to Escape, and shout out to, like I spoke on Vina earlier, she was a part of the Soul Train Awards. Shout out to Vina and DC Young Fly, my fellow comedians. I'm gonna always give props where it's due, and I met Vina in real life and she was so sweet, boo, and I'm gonna continue to give her props and all of the glory. And you give me, like, Vina, your videos are so inspirational. I don't care what interview you on, like, she's gonna give you a little bit of that gospel, and I'm here for it. And she make me put the Florida water on. You hear me? And remember when you came in Terminal A at JFK Group and I was bothering my coworker? He was an older man, Mr. Carr. I was like, Mr. Carr, you my man, Mr. Carr, my man, my man, my man. And I had on a red vest and a red blazer. And I was sitting behind the counter and you was charging your phone at Terminal A Group. And then we exchanged numbers and me and Vina was supposed to do a skit. But then I let the 9 to 5 interfere with... It was... I didn't let it interfere. It was God's plan. Because later on, I lost my sister. So I had to heal before I could get back into my skits. Because I done did skits with... I was supposed to do skits with Mr. Commodore, Vina, plenty of people you could possibly think of. But it was all a blessing. And I'm very grateful. I got to meet certain people I've met in this industry from being in it since 2009. And I'm just grateful for Natalie Nunn for retweeting one of my YouTube videos, one of my day one YouTube videos, and I was doing a murder report. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't know it was the murder report at that time. And I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. My name was always Murder She Wrote since 09. You already know the vibes. But anyway, I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you, assassins. Let's keep it flowing. Let's keep it going with the rest of the timeline. Rest in peace to all of the people that lost their lives and Palestinian people. Oh, God, rest their souls. I pray for them daily. I cannot watch them videos and I cannot post. I can post them, but I'm not going to flex. I'm not going to hold you. I just want to continue to keep the people in our prayers. And I do not wish war on no country or no state. I wish for peace and love and prosperity and unity. Like, Jesus, come through. Glory. So, anywho, I'm not going to hold you. God gave me all the glory, so I'm going to try to spread it and show you all what the glory feels like in the deliverance. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And I'm not trying to exude the fact that I walk like God. But I'm going to walk like God and walk. No, I'm not going to walk like God. I'm going to walk with God. You get what I'm saying? Glory. So with that being said, I'm going to move right along into another... Okay, Basketball Wives Orlando came on. And the ladies, they were speaking the gospel. Shout out to Neek. Neek said, what she said? God bless me with a forgiving heart. Life too short, being mad, it takes too much energy. So with that being said, forgive the people that you might have some built up animosity with because life is too short and you wish those people well and you mean it. And that's on period. Because at the end of the day, sometimes when we ask God to reveal certain people that are not supposed to go on this journey with us, and he does it and it hurts, but we're going to get through it and we're going to walk through God, walk through faith and not by sight, walk with faith and not by sight. And I'm so grateful that I'm giving God all of the glory and I'm just giving everything to him and he is guiding me. You hear me? He is guiding me and I'm grateful that I'm on here after 12 a.m., 1 a.m. and I'm back to my old self and I realized my worth and my work. And I got to do this due to the fact because he placed this in my heart. He wouldn't have placed this in my heart if it wasn't meant to be. So with that being said, make sure you say your affirmations. I'm strong. I'm resilient. Same thing. I'm loving. I'm loved. I'm abundant. I am God's daughter. or son, or I am protected. I am what else? I'm grateful. Period. So anywho, moving right along, I wanna jump into what Neek said, and although she had beef with Morgan, and she said that she wanted to squash the beef with Morgan, and she said it's just taking up too much energy. And I love the fact for that. I love that for Neek. I honestly do, because we've seen her go through a few things, being you too, far as with her baby daddy. And the way that she healed, and she's in her new relationship, and she opened up to love. Although she's 24, she's still young, and I'm in my 30s. I wish well for them. You know what I'm saying? And far as Mulan versus the other ladies, it's just like, let go and let God. And Mulan is going through a situation as far as with her little sisters being little sisters. One of them took the rollie, and one of them took her purse, or something of that nature. And at the end of the day, I used to take my sister's shit too. I remember wearing her Jordan 11s, the red and white ones. I'm sorry, sissy. Before she even wore them, and they was the wrong size. I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. My daddy went in the store, and he like bombarded Foot Locker. Like, he had it like that though. The way that he went in there, he bought like, I forget how many pair of Jordans though. Like, my dad used to give it up like that. Rest in peace to both of them. And at the end of the day, I used to do stuff like that to myself. As you all know, Chris Brown dropped a new song, and people on the internet, they're raving that he allegedly stole a sound from South Africa, a young lady from South Africa. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, he gave that young lady $1 million, gave her royalties so she could eat for the rest of her life. Shout out to the TikToker, what's his name? Freak, Freek, on TikTok, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even known about the story. Chris Brown's new song is fire. He put South Africa back on. Meaning, not saying they fell off, but what I'm saying is, like, he gave somebody an opportunity and gave them a chance. And with that being said, I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna need for y'all to lay off a Breezy. Like, Riri forgave him. And at the end of the day, I'm seeing Breezy all Zay. You are not the judge or the jury. Okay? And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, comment, share it. And Joseline's Cabaret, she tried to get the girls to really bow down on her like she was Jesus. Like, Jesus, mija, no, yo no sé. And I'm glad that Daisy and Lucky stood 10 toes, as well as, like, what's Raven and what's her name come? Like, that was a whole waste of a flight from Miami, mija. And then the two girls, like, Danny, your whole braid got pulled out. That ain't coming back unless you use Kaleidoscope or you go on TikTok shop. And I'm not going to flex, I'm not going to hold you. Yummy, you're a Virgo, you know better. And shout out to Joseline, like, you deserve this, but at the end of the day, it's like, huh? The minions jumping up, and then she ain't even know how to square up. Like, let me teach you something, shorty. And I don't fight. I do not condone that, but make sure you all subscribe and tune into my next YouTube video. Also, Darius, I want to set it on you. Don't you come for Keke. Keke came back outside. Keke is back outside, and she looking fine. Keke ain't deserve that. You are a black, beautiful, bold, phenomenal woman, Keke, and you will get through this. I done went through domestic violence myself and verbal abuse, and I got through it. Through the power of Christ, all things is possible. God put me through it, but he got me through it, and he's gonna get you through it too, because that man knew you was the boss when he first met you. Shout out to my girl Wendy, and we're gonna continue to keep her in our prayers too. And I'm not gonna flex, I'm not gonna hold you. And the little girl with Chris Brown got 60K followers on Instagram, and she got 100K followers on TikTok. Give that man his props and put that song to the #1 top of the charts. And Meek Mill said that he's looking for a girlfriend. Hey. Tell him I said, hey. I do not chase, I attract what belongs to me. Will simply find me.
Definitely move different with you in the house. I believe I said, hey, but I already knew you and Rolly were about to do your 1-2, so I just want to sit and watch. And I'm sorry to you if you felt like I needed to stand up and hug you like Tasiki, or, I feel you.
How long haven't I seen you in, though? Before that, I haven't seen you in that long. So, yeah, maybe I did need some type of support from the rest of the baddies, because I'm a baddie as well.
But they put you in a whole different house, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was times After y'all fought, I think it was after y'all fought, I sat down and I talked to you. I said, don't make this about you and Rolly. Don't make it about you and Rolly. If you said anything about her on bingo, whatever the fuck it's called, be like, yeah, I said what the fuck I said, and that's it. You remember we had that conversation. That's probably the only conversation we had.
But cuando yo entré a la casa, when I walked into the house, I didn't get no support from you, Natalie, nobody. The only person that supported me was basically Tasiki and these other girls that I don't know. Real shit, I don't know them girls at that point. I don't know them bitches, bro. Real shit. And they was able to have some type of respect and show me love and say hi. I know you. We were on a season together. We were supposed to be cool. So I don't get it. Like, and me and you, we cool outside of this shit. So it's like, what's the problem?
Yes, sister. Hold on. Wait. It's like, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm looking for. Right. It's okay. You accept who they are. What's your name? Where you from?
I am Jessica. I am from England.
I am no longer a part of the tour that I put together, but it is fine. I still want everybody to go. I think it's a great show. I've worked my ass off. I have sacrificed a lot. Time, energy, money, connections. I have worked my ass off, and for anybody that thinks that I would try to sabotage something that I took on for free, okay, there was not a dollar or a dime up front. I actually think at this point everybody on this tour has made more money than me. But there's just no way that I would want to destroy that or not see that do well. So I just hope that this cloud and shadow that's over it at this point goes away soon. I know everybody's gonna be like, well, why you still talking about it? I told y'all, then people got my Instagram live what's it called? Disabled for 3 to 4 days. Let me tell you, Chris, unfortunate situation. I no longer.
Now, this is no disrespect, because I love the Braxtons and I respect them. But baby, she said she wished she would have hit her instead of him. Girl, no you don't. She'd have knocked the rest of that nose clean the fuck off.
Keke, we ride at dawn. We ride at dawn. Baby, that's all I can say. Because one thing about it, we do not play about you. Keke, Akila, and the Beat Palmer. And we damn sure don't play about your son. Leotis, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Selma, Alabama, Malcolm X, Freedom Fighter, Palmer the Third. Baby, we do not play about y'all. Okay? And that's the thing right there. Because it's like, girl, we already knew what type of nigga he was when you was dancing with Ursha and he said, you're a mom. Baby, I already knew. You know what? Because it's like, for real though, for real, he knew you was a bad bitch when he met you, baby. Girl, don't get me started now.
Bitch, you gonna put some respect on Miami, ho. You gonna put some respect on Miami, ho.
Bring your goofy ass over here,
You
bitch.
gonna put some
Please bring your
respect on
goofy ass
Miami,
over here.
ho.
You just wanted my attention today. Okay, you got it. Why do you want my attention so bad, bitch? You just woke up and felt like getting on live about
No,
me, bitch.
bitch, I'm sick of watching your lives. I'm
Bitch,
tired
I'm
of
sick
watching
of
your
watching
ass. Bitch,
you.
popping up
You're
on my TikTok.
delusional. You're delusional. You bitches
I'm a
are
bitch,
scary.
violent
And when I
ass.
see you, bitch,
Bitch,
I'm
shut
gonna
the
kick
fuck
you
up.
in your
Shut the
fucking
fuck
mouth.
up.
I'm
Shut
gonna
the
kick
fuck up.
you
You ain't gonna
in
pop
that
on the
big
vocabulary, ho.
fucking
You gonna put
mouth.
some
You
listen.
hungry
You gonna put
fucking
some respect on
monster.
Miami, ho.
Leave me
You gonna put some respect on
alone.
Miami, ho.
Leave me alone.
You gonna put some
Bitch,
respect on my name, bitch.
bitch,
What's wrong with
bitch,
you? Suck my
bitch.
dick.
Yo, you really want to eat my ass. Yo, just say you want
Bitch,
to
you
eat
ain't
my
even got
fucking
none.
ass.
You ain't got
You
no
want to eat my
asshole.
fucking ass.
That bony ass shit, girl.
Just say
That's
it,
leftover
bitch.
bone
You
from a
love
chicken.
me. You're obsessed with me. Bitch, you
Obsessed
love
with you?
me. Just say you
How am I
love
obsessed with
me.
you?
Just say you
Sis,
love
what's wrong with this
me.
hoe, sis?
Just say you
What's
love
wrong
me.
with this
You woke
hoe?
up thinking about me, bitch. And I'll beat whoever the fuck up you went to. Y'all gonna
Who
jump
she
me?
gonna beat you?
Y'all gonna jump me?
I'm not gonna argue with that
Y'all
girl.
gonna jump me? You gonna jump You
about
gonna
she could
jump me?
beat me up and all that. Girl, I will
You gonna jump me, Smiley?
fucking pretzel.
You said what?
You gonna jump me, bitch?
Am I gonna what?
Hungry monster, Miss Monster, Miss Monster.
I
You
the
alright?
monster hoe. I be the monster under your bed
Okay,
hoe. You
bitch.
better.
I can't
I
wait
make
till
you
you in
call that freak
California.
hoe. Bitch,
Please
I
come
swear to
to
God, I hope you come.
California.
Listen, I swear to God, I'll
Please.
make you chew on this
I,
glass dick, bitch, and make you choke hoe.
bitch, I'm done
Shut
giving you my
up, my
motherfucking
bitch.